their destiny. And most importantly for me, to have had the opportunity in the last few weeks to sit in the Glueck Beis Medrash with my sons Noam and Nachum and to learn Torah together in its exquisite fulfillment. I hope all of you can and will similarly reap the bounty of Torah that will emerge from this makom. On Daf Nun Vav Amud Aleph of the Masechta of the Talmudic tractate of Gittin, the Talmud records the famous story of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, who went on a diplomatic mission to the Roman general Vespasian during the Roman siege of Jerusalem in 70 CE. After impressing the general, a courier suddenly arrived announcing that Vespasian had been named Emperor of Rome. Now having positive feelings toward Yochanan ben Zakkai, the new Caesar told the rabbi that he would grant him a request. Yochanan ben Zakkai knew that the destruction taking place was the result of baseless hatred, of sinat chinam, and that a lofty structure dedicated to the service of God remains hollow unless godly people hallow it. So instead of asking that Vespasian spare Jerusalem and the temple, he said, Teili Yavna v'chachomel, give me the Yeshiva of Yavna and its sages. Following the destruction of Jerusalem, Yavna served as an enclave for launching and perpetuating Torah Judaism. Our yeshiva, just like all yeshivot, views it as our exemplar. Over the many centuries that have transpired since Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's faithful request to Vespasian, advanced Torah study has branched out from Yavna to find homes and communities all over the world. We are proud that Yeshivas Rabbeinu Yitzchak Elchanan was the first yeshiva to wave the banner of Yavna on American soil. From an inaugural class of only a dozen students meeting in a small room on the Lower East Side, still in Assemblyman Silver's district, you probably weren't representing them at that time. Our yeshiva can now proudly boast of this wonderful state-of-the-art Beis Medrash, which serves as just one of many under our auspices. Our new outstanding Jacob and Dreizel Glueck Center for Jewish Study now stands as the fulfillment of many dreams of those who were here and those who were not. In 1928, under the administration of our first president, Rabbi Dr. Bernard Revel, Yeshiva College opened the doors of its first building down the street, now called Zeisman Hall. This structure was to serve as the high school for the college, whose grand campus would stand opposite it on the east side of Amsterdam Avenue. This campus was to contain a robust library and a stately Beis Medrash connected by an arcaded walkway. This connection between the celestial and the terrestrial hubs of yeshiva perfectly symbolized the ideology of that fledgling institution, that of harmonizing academia and traditional Torah study, what we now call Torah Umada. Unfortunately, difficult financial realities torpedoed that campus plan, placing the burden of the entire institution on the one completed building originally intended to solely house the high school 81 years ago when it was established. This required some innovative ideas to make the transition work. The Harry Fischel Beis Medrash, where our students have studied Torah for over 7 decades with some of the greatest Torah luminaries of our time, was initially intended to be the school's lunchroom. We are honored to continue the legacy of the Harry Fischel Beis Medrash. It will remain filled with students and a proud center of Torah learning. But what a profound honor it is to dedicate the first Beis Medrash that was actually built to be a Beis Medrash on the Wolf campus. Today we dedicate this magnificent Glueck Center to complete the vision of my predecessors for our yeshiva that began over 80 years ago, and to continue living and striving with the heritage of our people that goes all the way back to Yavna v'chachomel and reaches forward to tomorrow. While Dr. Revel foresaw a splendid Beis Medrash for his campus, the Glueck Center would no doubt exceed all of his expectations. It was for his successor, Dr. Norman Lamb, together with our visionary namesake, Jacob Glueck, to see the possibilities of a timeless project in technological times. For their vision was a high-tech Beis Medrash, where technology would serve as the servant of Torah study. Indeed, this center is completely Wi-Fi. That means wireless. With video technology that allows presentations to be shared from this place to anywhere in the world. This building adds an additional 550-seat base medrash, a magnificent shul for davening daily and on Shabbos and Yom Tov, cutting-edge technology-laden classrooms and lecture theaters, 11 of them for our shiurim and for Yeshiva College and Cy Sims classes, 50 new faculty offices for proper space for our unbelievable Rosh Yeshiva, a faculty lounge with coffee, complimentary for our Rosh Yeshiva after morning Seder, and space for the Beis Din of America to hold its proceedings under our roof, even as our rabbinical students pursue the Yad Yadin degree and learn from the proceedings of the Beis Medrash. Our new Yavne represents the completion of Dr. Revel's plan of harmonizing the Jewish tradition with the world in which we live. We now have our academic and traditional centers conjoined through the Nagel family atrium and student commons, which you'll see shortly, symbolizing our continued devotion to the mission of our founder. The Heights Lounge. It's called the Heights Lounge because Heights, it's not Mr. and Mrs. Heights. It's for Washington Heights. We're very ready to change the name. The Heights Lounge, the new grand entrance to the Gottesman Library, and the closure of 185th Street, please God, within a year or two, to be a community pedestrian mall for the campus and our neighbors, have provided a new center for our campus. But clearly, the Glueck Center represents so much more than the sum of its glass and stone, mortar and steel. It's the tangible symbol of our absolute optimism for the future of our yeshiva and our university. At a time when others are scaling back, yeshiva builds because we must. This building disarms the cynics, granting people permission to feel the pride and the joy about Yeshiva University and the sacred values we represent. It redefines the campus center with learning at its hub. This is a space where we will grow. It shows how our future lies before us and symbolizes our rededication to Torah U'Mana. Now we must continue, ladies and gentlemen, to fill this space with the best of our community. And you must provide it. You must give me your children. You must give me your grandchildren. You must give me your great-grandchildren. The Yeshiva University education must be both aspirational and non-negotiable. We will work together to make sure that every young man and woman who wants this education or who should want this education will be here. This is where our children will learn and grow into proud leaders of a proud and purposeful people and a proud and wonderful nation. And we need our community to own it. Already the Glueck Center has sparked people's partnership and passion. 3 weeks ago, a senior community leader here in the Heights, Mr. Nussin Friedman, toured the building with me. He then went to Israel for less than a week, and he returned from Israel with a new Torah to dedicate to the Glueck Beis Medrash in memory of his wife, Hadassah. I guess I'm very good at non-solicitations. This afternoon, we dedicate another Torah in this Beis Medrash, a gift in memory of Max Brooks, David Spatz, and Albert Hornbleth, Zifronom Livracha. There are many, $16 million worth of remaining opportunities to be a part of this extraordinary Makom Torah. Classrooms to name, Rosh Yeshiva offices to be dedicated, Sfarim to be purchased, bookcases, chairs, and mezuzahs to be provided, walls to contain your name.